Well, look at this surprise, man. This is, I'd say, a 90 to 92 Mazda MPV 4x4 all-wheel drive, man. Holy cow. That is an interesting sighting. I think I may or may not have seen this van recently. Look at that. It still has the four-wheel drive decal on there. That's unreal, man. I mean, it's a minivan. Minivans are like station wagons. They're the vehicles the least likely to see in this kind of a condition. I mean, the thing is like 30 years old almost, you know? This is one of the many old cars from the 90s that I didn't look at in the past, you know? And when I mean past, I mean just years ago, several years ago, a few years ago, because they're not amazing looking, you know what I mean? But this is going to go up in value if it's still around in the future, just like the Toyota Previa. And I got a few ads for these, and it's funny because I remember my family and I, in 1990, we went for a test drive in one of these, the same color. It wasn't all-wheel drive, but the same thing. And actually at the time, this is before actually my parents split, oddly enough. I think my mom decided to cut the cord after the test drive. She's like, oh, no. This is like too family. We got to stop somewhere in, because, you know, she's not going to last with my dad. And my parents divorced the next year after 18 years marriage. But anyway, we went to a Mazda dealership in the West Island. We went to look at one of these and test drove it. And we also test drove the Dodge Caravan, the top of the line model there with all the fake wood and all the bells and whistles. And we also test drove the Previa. The Previa was like that light yellow one, that ugly one. And my parents and I, we all actually we all concluded that this was actually the nicest example, the best of all the three. So yeah, I mean, in terms of like just the ride and comfort, this was the best out of the three. Even though, of course, as you are aware if you're a car enthusiast, Chrysler conquered the world with the minivan. They just dominated minivans. But Mazda sold well. They sold the MPV, which meant multi-purpose vehicle, for several years. I don't know, until the 2000s. Of course, when it was redesigned, it looked so fucking boring and mundane. It just looked dull compared to this, you know. Too bad about the damage over here. Too bad about that. Because again, the vehicle looks to me like it doesn't have a shitload of miles on it, really. Yeah, same colored interior.
Did you see the little boy's pretty?
That's neat. That's a neat vehicle. And it's fucking all-wheel drive, for crying out loud. How many minivans have you ever seen that are all-wheel drive? Oddly enough, Chrysler, I think a couple of years later, I think in 92, 93, 94, they also came out with an all-wheel drive minivan. You know? And here it is in all its splendor, the neat Mazda MPV. Isn't that something? I was just walking along Christophe Colomb here in Montreal East, and I said, I'm going to go, you know, buy my herbs there at a certain store, and I was like, oh, I was going to continue, and I'm like, no, I better turn left here on Saint-Zotique, because I think the store is before Bélanger Street. And there's this Mazda MPV. Isn't that something, man? I want to get a little bit of a last look here. Yeah, good shape. I wouldn't be surprised if this vehicle actually is from out west, because, again, this is the Northeast. Everything's just rusted and disintegrated, you know? And it doesn't seem to be any serious corrosion on there, so... And there's a Saab which seems to fit kind of with this, since this design of this particular model, even though this one is from what, early 2000s, late 90s, is actually, you know, a design that dates back to the 70s, so... Well, that's really cool! Okay, guys, well, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. And by the way, if you enjoy what you see there and you enjoy my videos and you want to chip into the cause, since I'm just an honest but yet poor man who doesn't make enough money lately with the videos, and last few months to pay the rent, frankly, you want to send me something as a donation or whatever you want to call it, a gift, you can send that to my PayPal account or, you know, by an e-transfer here in Canada. And you can use my email, which is eltonmcfall@hotmail.com. McFall, like it sounds. It's not Mac, it's Mec. And I thank you very much in advance. Thanks for watching, and enjoy your comments. Bye!